When will you be able to get us the crafting supplies we need?
If you're here to clean, Hess can get you a bucket and a broom. Anyone calls you knife here, come to me. Oh, you're him. Thren. Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you.
What do you do?
I'll make sure that both are in. Turns out heroes need to dig latrine.
How does someone...
I served for after they all turned on him. Queen Honora, it was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political...
I understand.
Yes. He could have led...
Too many wounded. Not enough bandages to go around. Stop tearing.
Segrit told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Fine. We'll gather our own. Tell Segrit he better hope he doesn't need a salve anytime soon. Huh. Look who's back from the dead. Again.
I don't recall meeting...
I'd be surprised. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those...
Until the breach is...
True. Name's Zidane. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually...
For a hit?
I'm not a hit. You want something... Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste...
How are your people...
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure. There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
Is there anything...
We're fine. I only wish he died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here.
How do I go about...
Just take a look. Let me know if you need anything.
The Chosen of Andraste. A blessed hero sent to save us all.
I've no interest in being a hero. All I want is to find a way to seal this breach.
Pragmatic, but ultimately irrelevant. I've journeyed deep. I've watched... Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious.
What do you mean, ruins and battle?
Any build... Both. When I dream in such places, I go deep.
You fall asleep?
I do set wards. And if you leave food...
If you go that deep into the Fade, you might find something better left alone.
I take precautions to avoid possession. I have no wish to become a demon's tool. In the same light, be cautious here. Cassandra's protection only lasts so long as she survives. It will be interesting to watch this fledgling Inquisition make its way. I will stay to see it, for now.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate mage surrounded by Chantry forces, and unlike you, I do not have a divine mark protecting me. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
Cassandra trusts you. She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your will.
Thank you. I appreciate the thought. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach. Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we... Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You don't think...
You survived, did you? The artifact that created the breach... I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
Anything with that...
Liliana's... Whatever the... In any case. Did you need me for anything?
I'd be interested...
I thought you would be... You are Danish, are you not?
with
They are children.
No, but you know that...
While they pass on stories, mangling details, I walk the Fade. I have seen things they have not.
Irabellas, Harin. If the Dalish have done you a disservice, I would make that right. What course would you set for them that is better than what they know?
You are right, of course. The fault is mine, for expecting what the Dalish could. Irabalas, Stalin. If I can offer any understanding, you have but to ask.
I'd like to know more.
The Dalish strive for...
Arlathan.
Elvanan was the Empire, and Arlathan its grip.
You've studied ancient hell.
We hear stories. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing.
Are all Dalish hell?
No. Your clan was unique in having enough interest in human affairs to send you to spy upon the Divine's meeting. As your clans have been separate for so long, they have all changed, adapting to the lands in which they live. Some are no more than bandits. Others trade freely with humans. And some have disappeared entirely to the forests.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Tevinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
Is the magic they teach in the Circle different from the magic I learned with my people?
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Dalish magic is more practical, not needing chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition. Much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
Legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony. It must have been beautiful.
You said that the censure against blood magic was a superstition.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot. Most modern cultures forbid blood magic. Publicly, even Tevinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
Every time I've seen blood magic used, it has been for some evil purpose.
I once saw a woman stabbed in the stomach with a dagger. She died slowly, in agony. It was repulsive. If the Chantry outlawed daggers, would that stop people from using them? Of course not. Some would use daggers in secret, shamed, and some would find rebellion titillating and step down the path of depravity.
We should allow blood magic to be used freely. It works so well for the Imperium.
Tevinter's foundation stones are the bones of ancient elves with slave blood for the mortar. It is an example of nothing more than gilded savagery. Pitiable in a way. They always succeed through power, so they have never had the chance to learn another way.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye. Hello.
What do you know about the Fae?
A great deal from my wanderings. There are few hard...
I'd like to know more.
Simply put, small but your mark allows you to exert some control over the breed.
I'd like to know more about...
Circle may... But according to... Imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went.
It sounds like it...
And Dane. Instead, I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of...
I'd like to know...
Your day lit, but such simplistic spirits wish to join the living. And a demon is that wish gone wrong. Not in the world we know, but the question is a good one. And it matters that you...
We'll talk later.
Goodbye. Greetings.
I'd like to know more about you.
Why?
You're an apostate.
Not the wise...
I appreciate...
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air.
What made you start...
I grew up in a... But as I slept, I treasured my dreams. Being awake,
Spirits try to...
no more than... I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness.
I gather you did...
No.
Why?
Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. You find interesting areas, One must be interesting.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all... If our enemies destroy the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
I wish you luck.
Thank you.
How so?
You train your wit. You have chosen a path with steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination.
You said you'd travel.
This world, some of my the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tight.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
I've heard this.
That's just one moment. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let me.
You can't.
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Have you always?
Not at all. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even Wisp's security.
I don't know of any.
They rarely seek this. Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
You're saying that you became friends with Pride and Desire demons?
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
I'm impressed that you could...
Anyone who can dream yet? Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
I hadn't thought about it that way.
Thank you. Few are willing.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Your son.
Firestone. Grey Wardens, you said?
Can I get you anything?
What can you tell me about this?
Adarnity, Haritis, and Flem. Oh, there's also my name.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
With passionate breath.
So, now that Cassandra... I mean, you go for... Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I have no idea what's happening anymore.
That makes two of us. For days now, bad for morale would be an under...
If it was that...
I like to... Thousand... Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort it.
I'm still not sure...
If this is all... You might want... Hero... Need something?
I've read your tale of...
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
In the book.
Do I look... I can't tell you how. Or the why.
There is no way...
I was told... Apparently when they finally... As far as I can tell, that's the Cune's version of an apology.
Where are the rest of Hawke's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the Raiders. I don't know if she's actually... Sebastian went back to Starcade. Hawke's little brother was off on some warden business near the Anderfell's border last I knew. Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure... Need something?
I've read your tale...
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Carry on.
Need something?
Can I ask you...
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered.
Are you from
Fremont. And despite whatever you've heard, no. Kirkwall...
I'm not clear on your line.
I'm a business... Merchants. In my spare time, I manage a spy network and occasional...
If you've...
To be honest, they're truly... Me, I always wind up babysitting my informant.
You're an author.
My crime... The tale of... I started a... Most of my stories end in tragedy.
What sort of shops?
Actually, auction house. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
How do you and Cass...
You heard the Seeker had questions about that.
Where did you...
Bianca? I got her off a guy in Darktown. Took me a week to pry his dead fingers.
Was she named...
I can't tell you.
And the...
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell.
Thanks, Farron.
No problem. Need something?
The red lyrium we found...
We located it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The Reds? It's not... I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What makes it...
Regularly, red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then... I've had a few alchemists studying it in Kirkwall, in shifts. My brother kept... That little shard drove him mad. I had him taken to a sanitarium and eventually found the fragment in his house. We brought the shit to the surface, Bartrand and I. I wanted to find out if there was a way to shut it up. So far, it looks like the answer is no.
If red lyrium is as dangerous as you say, why do you keep it?
I've heard that shit singing to me. In Ors... Actually, it's... I pulled up. Nobody gets to study it up close for more...
I think that's enough.
Yeah.
You're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And I slipped that, young elven lass good coin to tell me when you came back to us. No matter, no matter. Segret, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do.
What do you think I'll be doing?
Words up. Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable...
What kind of...
The kind with... Last... If I stay here, work some
You must speak.
Hope, and I imagine it's no better for you. You've got my sympathies, for what it's worth.
Can I see what...
Of course.
If the Inquisition wants to field the Deacon cavalry, it needs better horses. I heard Seeker Pentagast might try to acquire suitable mounts from us.
Pirates doing? And what's that mean for you, Ben?
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet. How's the new gear fit?
Sturdy and...
Good. My gear... So, you need custom work.
Can you help him?
Yes. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword and...
If I want...
Start simple. You'll need materials. We should have what you want just outside.
What can you and your...
Arms and... Our design... You want something fancy? Bring your own design. We'll see what we can do. Come from a... I was in Left when... Then again, ended up here. Can't decide if I'm the luckiest son of a bitch walking.
Whichever you are, I hope the streak is
A man can dream.
Who outfit?
Not me. If you want to help the troops, talk to Thread.
Does the
Tough impossible to get them to risk the rare stuff, so...
Goodbye.
Right. Should serve you well. That'll do.
See reason, Lisette. We cannot stay here.
Why not?
Because we're Templar.
What does that even mean anymore?
All men are the work of our Maker's hands. From the lowest slaves to the highest kings. Those who bring harm without provocation.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach?
I heard some speak of using... Can I help you with something?
What did you mean when...
I'm making... We're stretched... Here, take a look. You find...
If I have...
Just take it over there. One of my boys will...
Farewell.
Make her go. You find anything we need, let me know.
I'm used to delivering children and helping old men through the winter cough. Seeing these injuries...
I was with the Templars. I can tend any wound caused by blade or a mage's fire. I'll admit that demons are new, though.
Does it trouble you?
I just wish I knew what it was, or how I got it.
We will find out. What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Clearly you have something in mind.
We do. May I present Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Such as they are. We lost many soldiers in the valley, and I fear many more before this is through.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
Anderan Atishan.
You speak Elven?
You've just heard the entirety of it, I'm afraid.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
That's an impressive bunch of titles.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
Can't you simply ignore them?
If only that were possible.
Some are calling you, a Dalish elf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading...
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
I'm no herald of anything. Particularly not Andraste.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Why would someone from the Chantry help a declared heretic?
I understand she's a reasonable sort. Perhaps she does not agree with her sisters. You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Have you kept in touch with our friends in Lady Esterly's estate?
Several bards will play for her tomorrow night. We will have names soon enough.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. Well, all of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest Corporal you best get...
This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
This may be...
Interesting reading. Could be worth a look.
Mother Giselle cannot be far. Inquisition forces! They're trying to protect the refugees!
Looks like they could use a hand.
Hold! We are not apostates!
I do not think they care, Seeker. We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
Be ready. More coming our way.
That's the end of it.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
What?
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle?
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
What you said to that soldier?
We do not teach that magic is evil. We teach that pride is evil, and does not corrupt only mages. But I did not ask you to come simply to debate with me.
Then why am I here?
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
And that's an excuse. They're making things worse.
They don't know that. This is my point. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
They want to execute me, and you think I should just walk up to them?
You are no longer alone. They cannot imprison or attack you.
They could try.
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. The power is the unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
You make it sound simple.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate, or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call, as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us, or destroy us. I will go to Haven and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
Waker, I hope it's not me. Waker, I hope it's not me.
Yes.
Good day to you.
It's good to have commerce restored. I've many goods here if you wish to trade.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Of course.
You're with the Inquisition. Corporal Vale, thanks for your help. The Mages and Templars don't seem to care who gets caught in their war. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them, cold or starvation will.
What can you tell me about the Templars?
All the Templars were called to Val Royeaux not long ago. These bastards ignored the order. Now they're killing rebel mages, along with any refugees they think are mage sympathizers. Every Templar I've ever known has wanted to protect the common folk. These men defile their order's good name.
What can you tell me about...
Horsemaster? We haven't heard from him. Best we can tell, he's holed up until the Mages and Templars are done killing each other.
What can you tell me about the rebel mages?
The real rebels are up north in Redcliffe, dug in and taking care of their own. The ones out here are just apostates, locked up in the circles all these years, and now they've gone mad with power. The rebels in Redcliffe have washed their hands of them. I wish we could do the same.
What other
We've got some in... I know healers are in short supply. But if you can find someone in Redcliffe...
You were concerned...
Yes. There's a hunter up the hill who has...
Is there anything...
I asked... A recruit named Whittle is trying to make what...
Farewell.
And you as...
What did I tell you? Fine day to you.
More cold weather coming. Fool villagers. Where are their coats?
What do you need to keep these...
Blanket. If we were in a... I'm sure the apostates have plenty of supply.
Farewell.
And see you.
Thank you.
I'll ask around again tomorrow.
Well, let me know if you find one.
I'm pleased to hear it.
If you say so.
Good day. Just welcome back.